So, CNN blackmail, but is it really blackmail? No, not at all. Unfortunately, this seems to be the alt-right and, shall we say, Kekistans decided that they're going to, shall we say, pitch a flag and fight a battle, which there is no battle to be had. In fact, many of these people are absolute hypocrites. But for those of you who don't know about CNN blackmail, let's basically break it down. So, first things first, a guy called holeSolo, or something like that, we'll call him a Han for the time being, basically makes a meme of Trump basically taking down a guy on a wrestling show, and basically he puts a CNN logo on the other guys, and basically Trump retweets it, and basically they are right. Look, in America at the moment, there is a very uncomfortable political situation growing. You cannot deny it. And the fact that you are in a situation where journalists are being, real journalists are being told that they are liars and that they aren't doing their jobs properly when they are, for calling out, you know, the shit that Donald Trump does, that's very worrying. And now you have, and you've had a journalist who was assaulted by a guy who is now a member of, I think, the Senate or Congress. So this is worrying. This should be worrying for any political climate that is growing like that. And the thing is, it's not the mainstream media that's responsible for it. It's not them who are pushing it. It's you guys in the alt-right who are pushing it. So what happens is, this meme blows up. The guy who makes it suddenly realizes and goes, oh shit, this probably isn't looking good for me. Not only that, it's on his troll account, his shit-posting account, the one that is full of anti-Semitic comments and memes. And oh, it's fine to have anti-Semitic comments when they're memes, because they're just a meme, so it's fine. So he realizes and goes, oh shit, and apologises to CNN. Before this, by the way, makes a post apologising to them, takes down his Twitter account, takes it all down, and then Twitter said, like any responsible journalist, we reached out to him because we wanted to interview him, like any journalist would. And he said he doesn't want his name putting out there. Why? Because he suddenly thought, oh yes, if my name gets out there that I'm associated with this Twitter account, people might not look upon me favourably. They might think, this guy's a bit of an asshole. It might even affect his job, which is very real, because, you know, a company might not want to employ someone who's an anti-Semite, or who at least appears to be an anti-Semite, even though it's just a meme. You know, South Park did an entire series on this. Gerald, you know, went and did his things because it was just for fun. But when he's in danger of getting found out, you know, he enacts Protocol Zero and deletes everything, deletes all his accounts, you know, destroys his computer because he knows the reaction he will get from real people. Look, you don't go to someone up into the street and start saying what you might post on your shit-posting account. You just don't do it. So, I'm sorry, but this is not blackmail. This is CNN actually doing real journalism, because all these Trump guys who are saying you should post who your sources are, when they post who their source is, they suddenly, oh, it's blackmail. No, it's not blackmail at all. And here's the thing, the best part about it is, last year, you may remember the Bering incident, the video where I made a video criticising Bering for threatening to dox a teenager. Now, apparently, when Bering does it, it's fine. But when CNN does it, ooh, they can't do that. How dare they do that? How dare they carry out responsible journalism by going to, you know, try and get an interview with this guy, because it's a big news story at the moment. And then when he says, okay, I've taken down my thing, I've apologised it, don't publish my name, CNN go, yeah, sure, okay, fine, we won't publish your name. And then they have a problem with it. And I've said this before. I even said this in that bearing video. These people will go and say, oh, when one of ours does it, it's fine. But, anyone else does it, it's, grab your guns, boys, it's time to go to war. So I'm sorry, but CNN ain't blackmailing anyone. And if you are agreeing that, they are blackmailing someone, well, where were you a couple of years, months ago, last year now, when Bearing threatened to dox a teenager? Where were your, hashtag Bearing blackmail on that? Where were you on that? You weren't anywhere because you like Bearing or you're one of his supporters. But this is only going to get worse because this will encourage people to violence, because people now go, okay, it's fine to do this. And how long before a journalist actually gets attacked or shot in this case? Because here's the thing, someone, because of this hashtag, decided to release a load of home information of where to find these people, their names, addresses, telephones of all the journalists at CNN. I don't see you being upset about that. I thought that, we didn't do doxing. But when you look back at it, it's really only these shitlord posters who decided, I don't want this to interfere with my real life or be connected to it within real life, so you know what, doxing is bad. So, please, and this, South Park did an entire series on it, just on that premise. But apparently it didn't sink in, and it still hasn't sunk in. And now people are being massive hypocrites about it. Because it'll all happen again at some point. Sargon or, whatever else in that, now toxic community will now decide they're going to threaten to dox someone. And then you'll be fine with it. There's a line, and people have decided that, they'll cross it when they want to cross it, if it's someone they like. But if it's someone they don't like, then, it's perfectly fine. They're willing to cross that line. And that's the worrying thing about this whole thing. Because it's setting on, this precedent has already been ungodly set, unfortunately. So, yeah. If you supported Bearing, and one of the number of people who decided to support Bearing when he threatened to dox a teenager, and you support hashtag CNN blackmail, then you are a massive hypocrite. There's no other way about it.